Why does caffeine give some people a migraine? Actually, after further discussion, it's not the caffeine itself. Essentially, the migraine starts once the caffeine begins to wear off. And this is fairly common as we see when going through caffeine withdrawal. Headaches are one of, if not the most common symptom. Essentially, caffeine can relieve a headache but trigger a migraine once the caffeine wears off, which is why caffeine in isolation or a combination of caffeine and another medication is a first-line choice for the treatment of migraines. The reason for this is as follows. Caffeine binds to the adenosine receptor. Caffeine does not activate the receptor, all it does is inhibit adenosine from binding. Therefore, the receptor is essentially useless. It is seen that adenosine is elevated during migraines because the adenosine receptor is extremely important for nociception, or the perception of pain. Therefore, blocking the receptor can reduce the perception of pain. Importantly, chronic use of caffeine increases the concentration of these adenosine receptors. Therefore, you're essentially more sensitive to pain when you're not consuming caffeine, because you have more of these receptors present, which is why the chronic consumption of caffeine can trigger migraines, because when you have upregulated adenosine receptors but you don't have caffeine in the system, you're far more sensitive to the migraine-inducing effects of adenosine. So the main treatment is to decrease caffeine intake, and unfortunately you may have to suffer with some of the side effects of caffeine withdrawals. You could also gradually reduce the amount of coffee you're drinking to try and prevent caffeine withdrawals. And if you consume coffee simply because you like the taste of coffee, you can gradually switch caffeinated coffee with a little bit of decaf coffee until you're at a caffeine intake that no longer causes migraines once the caffeine wears off. With that being said, if you'd like an individualized approach to nutrition and lifestyle to optimize your health, energy, and body composition, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.